Hello, crafty friends. My name is Jean, and thank you for popping in. Today we're going to do some ornaments, some Christmas ornaments. I'm going to be using the glass ones. I'm only going to make one glass one because the rest of the techniques you can do on anything, but I wanted to show you something on that. I've got these wood ones that I bought in Amazon, I believe. All links will be linked below, of course. These acrylic ones, and they have a plastic coating on both sides. You just need to remove when you're ready to use. And then the metal ones. So we're going to do a couple different things. I just want to show you different ways that you can use ornaments like this. Now, of course, you can paint on them, stuff like that. I am not the best painter. I try other ways. I will link my video from last year, which is a little different. I use different materials and stuff like that. But this year is a little different. So what we're going to do, let's grab that glass one. We got to get this one going first because we are going to etch on it. If you guys have never done etching, it's very easy. So I thought I would show you guys, whoever has not done it. First thing you want to do is just take a microfiber cloth and clean. You only need to clean one side for now, but I'll clean them both. Just get any fingerprints off. Okay. So, and then a stencil. So now I made my own stencils off of my Cricut. So I just did a simple snowflake. And if you try putting it down like this, you might get it all bent out of shape. So what I like to do is I like to lay it down on a flat surface. And first get it off my fingers. And I want, kind of position it the way you want. I'm going to use my grit a little bit too to help me. And then you're going to lay this on top best you can. Okay, that look not too bad. And then you just kind of want to make sure you rub your edges down. It's the only thing. That's why you want to use like a sticky stencil. Okay, so now we have this right here. I have my stencil on. And now you're just going to get some armor etch. I don't do a lot of etching, but this goes a long way because you can put it back in. So I usually just get the little bottle because I found when I had the big one, it dried out on me. So I just kind of hang on. This is just a 2.8 ounce. So then just take, your little, any kind of spreader you have. And I just put, it doesn't matter how much, you just want to, I put a pretty thick layer on. And you just want to get all everywhere. Just like putting frosting on a cake. And then I like to pick it up and kind of make sure, because I can see I didn't get up there yet. You only need 5 minutes. It says you need 3 minutes, but I give it 5 minutes. So I thought we'd get this going. And you can leave it, I've left them overnight. So it really doesn't matter. You leave it longer. Okay, so then turn it over. See, I can see a little bit maybe down here. If you look from the back, that'll help you out too. Okay, so like take another look. Make sure you got all of it. Go up just a little up here yet. And then just get it all spread out. Okay, that should be, looks pretty good. Okay. Let's put that aside. I'm going to clean that off. Get that cleaned up right away. Get back on there. Okay. All right, so that's that one. While that one's sitting, we're going to start another one. So you can do just about anything you want with these things. So the first thing I'm going to do is a simple one. So I've got the acrylic one here. Just going to give it a little wipe. I already took the plastic off because I'd be here all day trying to get that off. And I just went into my stash, and here I just pulled out some felt pieces that I have. So you can use like felt pieces. You can use appliques. You can use flat backs. Use whatever you want. I'm going to be using a little of everything. Now these ones have a sticky back on them. And I'm just going to pull that off. They are pretty sticky. I've used these before. And so you really don't need to put any glue down. So now the reason you have two of them, because you're going to want to put one on the opposite side. When you're dealing with a clear thing like this, you don't want this to look at on the other side. So I'm just going to lay it down. This is just a quick basic. You want to give an ornament to a teacher maybe. This is a quick way to give it to them. It's homemade. Or maybe you're in, like my daughter does, an ornament exchange every year. And so maybe you need to make a handmade one, or a hand one. So now I'm just going to line this up exactly the best I can with the other one, so that it is double-sided now. Isn't that cute? And then I have this red and white baker's twine I'm going to use for the attachment here. And then we're just going to take and tie that where you think. How far down. And we'll just cut off the extra. And there you have a very quick, easy ornament. And he is so cute. So that's on acrylic. Easy peasy. I have it yet another. We'll do the acrylic ones first since we're on a roll there. Okay, so our next acrylic one. So I did work on this one ahead of time because you don't want to see me glue down all these little rhinestones. So I used this pack from Hobby Lobby, from their bead design company. You get 150 pieces and they're 6mm. Half price, don't buy full price. So I took those and I glued them all the way around. All I did was use regular art glitter glue and I glued them all the way around. I did both sides because it looks prettier on it in acrylic. Now, yes, this is a little bit more time consuming, but it really wasn't that bad. You can do that. You can also, like, let me see if I have any twine left down here. So you can also take, like, say I have just a little piece of that twine left. You can go ahead and you can glue twines around the edges. You can glue like a small ribbon around the edge. Whatever you want, you can do. So we got the crystals. Then I got these snowflakes in a haul that I got. And for that, I want to use, I hope I have some down here, my super glue. You want to use a super glue on this. So we're going to make sure it doesn't want to open. I'm just going to open a new pack because it'll be easier to open, right? So I like this brand of super glue. I like this Loctite super glue. And I like to get the gel. And then first thing you have to do is kind of crank it. Okay, and then you can take the top off. So I like to use a super glue on this. Just because this is a metal piece, a stronger metal piece. And I'm just going to put drops. Just little drops. You don't need a lot. On each. Try not to get your fingers. And we're just going to lay it down where we want it. And we are only going to do one side for right now. So while that side dries, because if I were to flip it, it'd probably fall off. We don't want that to happen. So it sticks pretty good, actually. It's already stuck. So I think we're okay. All right, so let's do the other one. So you want one on the back side. And these were, I'll link them. I got these from Temu, I think. And they were pretty inexpensive. So I just want to show you can use metal pieces. You can use plastic pieces. There's so much you can do with these type of ornaments. I'm just giving you a little selection. I'm trying not to use, I only have one that I'm using my cardstock with. The rest I'm trying to do different than last year. I used different, I don't know if I used acrylic last year or not. Let's line that up the best we can. Okay, let's top that. And I'm just going to kind of look above here a little bit. Looks like it's pretty good. Isn't that pretty? So that's like really, really an elegant ornament. And then I'm just going to take, I have this silver ribbon in my stash. So I'm just trying to keep this one kind of an all clear ornament. Who wouldn't like this as a gift? And just tie another knot where you think. You can be as fancy with your hanger as you want. I just, pretty simple with it because I just need something to hang on my tree. Is all right. There. And then you have another one, isn't that? That'll like when the lights on the tree hit that one will shine really nice. A little glue right there, which I'll get off later. And the other side looks just as nice. Very pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, so that's 2 of the acrylic. We have one more acrylic one. This one I'm going to turn into a shaker. You can do a shaker. Yes, you can. It's a simple shaker. I just do simple. I do simple. So what I did is my normal technique that I always do. So I just cut myself some open circles off of my Cricut. And we're just going to glue 6 of them together. Now, I already have it ready, but I just want to show you. I got fuzz on the end of that one. How easy. And yes, it's working great yet. I usually always just leave it sit there. If I'm not going to craft for a couple days, I will cap it. So very easy. And then what I do after I glue them, all 6 of them together, I put it under weights to weight it down while it's drying, which I already did here. Makes pretty sturdy. So if you have bulkier shaker elements that you're going to put in there, you may need to put a few more layers on. But if you don't have a Cricut, you have some punches maybe, or you can use a couple different circles to hand cut it out. There's other ways you can do that. So what I want to do now is I want to cut the hole in it. So I'm going to line that up where I need it. And I'm just going to take a pencil. And I'm just going to color where the circle, the hole's going to go. And then I am going to use my crocodile. And I'm going to use the smaller hole, which is the 3/16? 1/8. 1/8. I love the big one. Okay, so let's line that up. And it'll go through all this very easily. That's why, you need one of these. Okay, and you can do either size hole. I don't want to put a big hole in there. Okay, put that back out of our way. And now what we're going to do is we are going to, let me show you the big hole. We'll put the big hole on. I don't really need it, but I'm going to put it on just so you guys can see the difference. So this hole matches up to it. So if you want to put the exact same size hole. Okay, so now what we want to do is you want to line that up, but we want to glue it. So we are going to, again, use our handy dandy. This works just fine for me when I'm gluing on acrylic like this. Let's put a little bit extra. You just don't want it seeping out. Okay, I'm going to get it back up there by my hole. Now, normally, I would weight this down. Don't worry about the back. I have a plan for the back. Normally, I would weight that down. But we're on a video. I mean, sure, I could pause it and stuff, but, that's not realistic, is it? All right, so let's just put that down. All right, now, what we want to do is I brought some shaker bits down. I'm going to take that. I cut out an acetate, piece of acetate circle. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that onto the back of this one, which I forgot to put the hole in also. Silly me. I forgot to put the hole in this one. We're going to need the hole in both of these, so let me, which is not a problem. We got this. You could probably put the hole in afterwards. It might still work. Okay, just make sure we have it lined up again. And I always forget something. Okay. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to get my acetate piece in there also. Of course. Where did the pencil mark go? Well, it should be right in up there. Okay, we're going to have to do our pencil mark again. It did not show. Let's do one. We only need to have one on here. Okay, let's do our pencil mark again. My lead is out far. Oh, it's going right over black. That's why. It's really blacking that up. It's going right over the black Santa's little... Okay, so let's put our 3 pieces together so that we can put the hole in all 3 of these. And I want to make sure that's kind of upright to match the other one. Okay, make sure they're all good. And find my pencil mark. There we go. All right, so now I am going to glue my acetate onto the top piece. This is going to go on the bottom side. We are going to glue down our acetate. All right, where are you? And we'll try to match those. Keeps collecting stuff. Match up my holes. There we go. It's like a puzzle. Okay, let's flatten that down. Okay, so now we're going to take this side. And we'll take our rag and make sure nothing's in there. Now you could easily, instead of using paper, you can use foam. Like you can take the long strips of foam. But I don't like using foam because the edges are always sticky and then stuff always sticks. No matter how much I powder it and stuff, I don't like it. So I like to use my paper method. Paper is really cheap. It's not a big deal. For me anyways. So let's just throw some shaker. And this is up to you how much you want to put in there. And I just try not to overlap them too much. So this is just a little mix of little candy pieces, and there's some snowflakes in here, and some Santa hats, and some jimmies. I probably don't want that much. Actually, they're Santa mittens, not hats. Okay. All right, I think that'll be good. Then take our piece with the acetate and we're going to put it right on top. And so we'll just put our glue in this section again. I like this because it really does control the amount of glue. You know, this glue press. I'm not getting squeezing out too much with that nozzle. And then I want to get that lined up. I'm just gonna give it time to adhere. Now, if you're using a darker paper and you don't want the white edges and you don't have, say you're using an all red paper and you're out of red cardstock, just take a marker or your ink pad and go around it. I've done that many times. Okay. Now I wanted mine to kind of stick more like that in there because if you're hanging it, I don't want them to fall all down. So, but yet there's still some loose ones, and you can still, so I like that. And that's up to you too. If you want them to shake around, then put a couple more layers of paper on. Okay, now let's add this piece onto the back to cover up the icky side. If I could, you know, stay on the paper, we could do this well. So I'm going to cover all that up so you won't see the icky side. And line the hole up again. And I'm going to pick it up to make sure. Good. All right. So now we have that. Isn't that cute too? See, a shaker ornament. Now what I did is I have some wood snowflakes. And I'm going to see if I have what color jewels I want to use. Maybe I want to use just the clear ones. Got these from Hobby Lobby too. I love these because they go from really, really, really tiny up to the bigger ones. So first thing we want to do, and I'm going to actually put the ribbon in first because I need the ribbon in so I can put the one on top. So this one I just chose a red sheer ribbon. So let's put our ribbon in first. And hopefully I can get it in there. Oh, and I think, oh, I had it. There we go. Just gonna turn it a little. Okay, cut some of the extra off. You can make it however fancy you want. All right, I'm going to try to straighten that a little bit. And then I want to make sure. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay that down flat because I'm going to put snowflakes all the way around like that. So I'm going to put some snowflakes around just to jazz it up a little bit. But I'm going to make sure that stays put. We'll like put our little Jimmy box on there for a second. So that stays kind of good. Just use your glue. I don't need super glue for this. We are just going to put our first one right over the ribbon. And we're going to adhere that one. And then maybe for our purposes here, we shall use the super glue. You don't need to use the super glue. I normally do, but I'm showing you guys on video here, and we don't want to take all day to hold this, do we? So put a little super glue down, and it'll go much quicker. You can use the super glue. I don't use it much. It's a little bit more expensive. I can't even hold on to it there. It's a little bit more expensive, so I only use it where I really need to use it. So take a second to adhere. It doesn't take long. And I'm going to put another white one right below it. Try to line it up. Just like that. And now we've got this one. We're going to kind of just go around the hole a little bit. Although I am going to put a jewel in the middle of it anyways. So we're going to come this way. Good. Because really, there's not as much glue in here as you think there is. I can use that up pretty fast. And I've gotten it stuck to myself a few times. Okay. Now, what size? I think I want to go with this size here. I'm just going to put clear in the middle. And I'm going to use, flip them over, and I'm going to use my little pick-me-up tool, which you can see is getting used up well. And again, we will just go with our super glue just for time's sake. And this one Go right around the edges there of that one. All right. So I'm going to pick one up, put it in the middle. I'll come back here. Oh, you're just being stubborn. Okay, flip you back over so I can. There. Now I will. You want to be careful not to touch it with your fingers too much because that is super glue. I'm just trying to get them in the middle. All right, let's close this up so don't spill. Get out of there. There's one in here, inside there. I have lots of colors. I have Christmas colors, and I think I got every color they have. And then cap that and get that out of my way. And there, I don't want to shake it too much, we'll shake it later, is a shaker one. And I see we got a little bit of that super glue right there where that gemmy fell, that jewel fell. Okay, we'll shake it at the end. But isn't that cute? That was quick and easy. And it doesn't take that long to cut those little circles off of Design Space either. So there you have a shaker one, acrylic. All right, how about if we get to our glass one quick? Okay, now normally if I'm upstairs, I'm going to throw this in a sink of water and just rinse it off. But since we're down here, we're just going to do it like this. Okay, we're just going to wipe off. Normally I just go upstairs and we're going to wipe everything off right under the sink, right under water. But I want to get this off first before I take off my... We'll take our stencil off. And just make sure we don't get no... Okay, and then I'm going to... Make sure all of it's off there. We'll give it a little dry with our... Oh, look at that, guys. Look how easy that is to etch on glass. I used to make the blocks, the glass blocks. I used to make those and put lights inside. Okay, it's not totally dry. I mean, I got to get some water on there yet, so I have to work that off. It's got to dry. Yep, that's still wet there. Okay, so let's put on our... Here's another one I made too earlier as my sample, but then I went with the bigger one. And all I'm going to do is I got this clear sheer one. Yeah, it probably didn't help that wet wipe there, but we'll let it dry and see what happens. You should use plain water, but... Okay, so try etching some glass. I'll link this. These are hard to find, some glass ones. You can't get them off Amazon. There's a company that me and my daughter used to, you know. Okay. And there you have an etched one. Okay. Acrylic, the glass. Look over here. What do we got next? Let's do one of the metal ones. So now, like I said, you can paint on these if you want. Put stickers on, anything you want. This is the only one that I am using some cardstock. So what I did is I found, you'll see, this is all going to come together. I found these trees in my stash. And then I end up finding this paper in my stash. I couldn't believe how well that matched. So what I did is I want to show some of the metal. So I cut it. This circle is, get off to the side there. So these are 3.5, and I think I did these at 3 1/8. So I cut these. So you have to measure your own, do your own measurements, because you might buy different sizes if you don't buy the ones that I link. So then we're just going to glue these on here. And we're going to glue one down, and then we'll punch the hole. So I'm trying to make this one look a little bit more rustic. And I want some of the metal to show, because, you know, that's part of the charm of this one, is that metal ornament. So just lay that down, get a little border. I thought it was so funny when I found that, and then I found paper, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go with this. Get that glue off there. Okay. A little too heavy there with the glue. All right, now we want to go ahead and punch the hole, because you won't find your hole later on. And just again, line it up. And that hole's too big. Well, I knew that hole was too big. Can't use that one, Jean, you know that. Okay, so we have our hole punched in. And if you don't have a hole punch, let me see, what do I have? If you don't have a hole punch, some of these will work pretty good for you too. You know, this, no, I can't because I already have the hole there, but you can take something like that and punch it through. So if you don't have hole punches, there's always things you can do. You can poke your scissors through. It just makes it look a little nicer. Now let's get the back piece on. And again, I just want to line it up the right way that I like it. Just kind of want my stripes to kind of go up and down. I'm just going to line that up again. It adheres to the metal really, really pretty quickly. Okay, and so let's punch the hole in this one. So using the hole on the back there, go through that hole where you can see where it is. But if you're going to invest in any kind of punch, this is a hole punch, plus it's a grommet setter, Brad's garment. So get something like that if you're going to invest in something like that, if you're first time crafter. All right, so now we're going to put, I made some, because if you put these down like this, you kind of lose your tree. So I made some circles. These are only about 3/4. And we're going to put the circle in the middle, and then we'll put the tree on that. So then the tree will stand out a little better, okay? So we're going to do that. And just try to get the middle the best you can. Remember, these are handmade gifts. Okay, and then put the back one on. I always do double-sided. I want my back side to look just as nice as the front side. Now, you could have on this one, you could have like put your design on the front and then maybe on the back, put a big Merry Christmas, which I think I have one similar coming up. Okay, now we're just going to glue our trees down. Oh, that's right. These ones I think were stickers. That's right. These are stickers. Even better, right? So we're just going to kind of try to, I use my little hole to kind of find my center point. Now, if it's not a very sticky back, then use some glue. But these are quite sticky. Not as sticky as the gingerbread were really sticky, but they're very sticky. Oh, geez. I ripped my finger off. Okay, I'm trying to get a hold of it here without the sticky. I'm just gonna line that up pretty good like that. Now you have that. Not cute. And then I'm just going to use regular twine for this one. Trying to keep it rustic. So that's with a little bit of cardstock and whatever flat backs you have laying around, which in my case was some wood ones, which I thought the wood went really nice with the metal. And there you have that look. Isn't that cute? All right, what do we got next? Oh, this one was so simple. So I've got a wood. We're going to be using these cutie patooties. Little reindeer. So you can either paint, or in my case, I'm using a paint marker from Arteza. And this one is the True Blue, or True Red. True Blue. Oh, that's good. But you can use paint, but you know what? You know, paint markers are so much easier. And you don't have to clean out a brush. Okay, so I'm going to go. I already have the back side done because you guys only want to watch so much, I'm sure. Okay. Oops. Don't go over your thing, Jean. Although I'm going to be putting silver up there. And just color it in. You might think this is, you know, the wrong way to go, but you know, these paint markers really work really nice. And besides paint, they dry a little faster than paint does. They dry almost instantly. So that's another, it's hard to do that up in the air. So that's what I like to, and some paint markers, of course, don't dry as fast. These Arteza ones dry really fast. If I could just stay on it. I'll show you another thing you can do. And then you can make it like fill it in as much as you want to make it more distressed. I'm probably running out of ink in this one. Get up here so don't get in that part. If you want some of the wood to show beneath, you can do that. That's up to you. Okay, that's what we're going to do for the sake of time. I did the back side. Another way to do that is you can use ink. And I did that. That's what I did on this one. I just put the ink on, and then I just rubbed it on, of course, before I put them on. And so that's what the ink looks like. So if you don't have markers, use ink. Don't have paint, you can use ink too. So now I have just this, this is all I had for a silver marker. This is a Spectra Noir metallic silver. And I think I like this end. And I'm going to do the top piece in silver here. You can give these wood ones to the little ones and have them draw on it. For teachers, for grandparents, aunts and uncles, they can do it. And then you can do along the edges. I already did that with the red. I did around the edges on that already to save some time. So you can do the edges. So take it around the edges and do the edges, and then inside, whoops. If you don't want the wood to show. And now let's patch up that little spot that I just did. And just like that. You don't see my boo-boo anymore. Okay, so now we're just going to glue one of these cute little guys on each side. Quick and easy. some glue up in his antlers. Position them on there. Don't worry if you do like I just did and moved him a little, it'll dry clear. And now I'm going to be very careful when I put the one on the back. Okay, so let me just kind of hold him up here. Try to position him on here best I can. Okay. And what do I have for his hanger? Didn't I grab him a hanger? So I'm going to do silver. I'm just kind of matching the top piece there. You can put silver, red, whatever. I just want to bring a little bit more color into it, a little more brightness. Trying to do this carefully so I don't disturb the wood. Okay, tie that up. Okay, so you have that one. This is with the marker. This is with ink. Cute, simple. You don't have to be too fancy with that. And let's do this one. All right. So this one, we're going to use our foil. Now, I did another video on the foil and ways to use it. I promise to use it. So all I did, I already put tape down in a pattern that I wanted. On the back side, here's the back side I did, a little different pattern. So I already put it here. And let's see, what did I want to do? I think I want gold. How do I want to do that? I think we'll start with silver. So all my silver pieces, I think I'm going to do silver, gold, red, no. Silver, red, gold, red. So I think I'll do this one silver. So take off your backing. And this one silver. So I know the two end ones I'm going to have silver. And I am just using the Gina K Fancy Foils. So I'm using just regular, any kind of double-sided tape. Doesn't matter. And we're going to just put that on there. And just rub down really good. And then do this one. Okay, missed a little spot right there. That's because I missed tape on it. Okay, so I want to do, I think, some red. I want to break up the red and the gold, I think. The silver and the gold. So that'll be red. And then I had to do two because of, so this red bottom was going to be a little bit bigger because of the odd size it was. So both of those will take off. Okay, so that's going to be red. I'll take the red one out. I'm just going to put it right on over. Find out where it is. And rub it down. You can kind of see it come through just a little bit. And it peels off so nice. There we go. Red, and now we've got, stay there. And these ones we're going to do gold. Silver and gold. I better not sing that. Okay, so let's do gold there. And you can, there is so many colors of foil. You can do anything you want. Okay, piece of gold. I think that's going to be enough. Don't want to use a full sheet if I don't have to, right? Gold. So really simple. Even the kids can help you do this one. Let them put the tape down the way they want. Okay. And we will put the red in the middle. A little bit more color. And look at that. Isn't that? I almost dropped it. Just some foil and tape. And there's the other pattern on that side. And if you want, you could put like a flat back or something like that in the middle. But I think that is pretty like that. And you don't need to be overly fancy with your ornaments. These would be cute. You can hang these on presents. Oh yeah, I want to do the top. We'll do the top red. Yeah, we'll do the top red on this one. Could have foiled it, but you know, I didn't want to take time with the, I'd have to use my tacky glue or something because of the holes. So I didn't want to do that. Take the time for all that. Okay, I'm only going to do one side because this video is getting long because, you know, I always have to show you guys a million ways, right? Okay, a little gold ribbon on this one to match, bring out the gold. Okay. All right, and then you got this cute foil one. All right, I got one more. I know this is a long video. I want to show you how you can use some flowers, okay? We are going to use another wood one. There's a lot of things you can do with these wood ones. Now, this is the closest I had to a gold. It's not very gold, but, you know, we're going to go with it. And we're just going to do the top part. I wanted something a little bit more metallic-y, but I didn't have nothing in my stash. And I tried to use what I got. I'm just showing you guys might have something better to use. Just showing you some other ways that you can decorate these, you know, wood ornaments, acrylic ornaments that you can buy out there. You can get them fairly cheap, so. I'll do this side. It's hard to do up in the air. Let the kids do this part. Tape it off so they don't go over. So just tape it off. Okay, good enough. Okay, so here's where I went in my stash and found a sticker that says Happy Holidays. I'm going to quickly put that on first. Now, I do want some of the wood to show because I like it to show sometimes. So instead of putting anything down or painting it or anything like that, I'm just going to throw the sticker down. So that'll be our back side. And you can put, instead, you could put like a to from, you know, whatever on the back. That's simply going to be our back side. So for our front side, we are going to, I got to remember if I got to go, I think I got to start with the red. That goes in the middle. That don't work. Do I have another one? Maybe I have one extra. We are just going to glue these down. Right along. Kind of along the edge. Let's stick off a little bit. We're going to overlap them just a little. You have a little of the wood showing, but that's okay. You can kind of line them up so the leaf is kind of covering. We're just going to go around in a circle and move this down like those. Make sure I had the right color, because you know what? Wouldn't be the first time I pick up the wrong one. Okay. Right one. Red one. Get in there. And the last white one. These I believe I got from Hobby Lobby from the Christmas aisle. And for the center, I've got a glitter one we're going to put in the center. Because, you know, you got to have glitter in your little stash, right? And we're just going to put that one in. Grab this. I don't want to be careful when I grab it. And I could put that one up just a little bit. Okay, now you have that. Wouldn't that be really pretty too? So you can use like any little flowers. And we'll do a gold ribbon on that one too. To match all the gold centers. I don't want to try to hit the flowers yet. Because they're probably not totally. Now see, I'm just showing you how you can go very easy to a little bit more fancy. It's your choice. I hope this gives you guys a few more ideas on how to decorate some of these ornaments you can buy. So there is the flower one we used. This one we did on the metal. And here's one we did with the foil. I mean, you get a nice shine with that foil. Here's one with the acrylic, and then we put some gems around. And then we put, this is a metal piece that I got from Temu, I believe. And get some of my glue off my hands. Here's the acrylic one, and that's a felt piece I got off of Amazon or one of them. And then the wood one, where you can use either your paint markers, your inks, or you can paint it. And then just put some little embellishment in the middle. And then our cool shaker one. And that's the front side and the back side. And then our last one is, it's still, try it a little bit yet there. Okay, that's better. And then there is the one we etched. Can we see that? So simple etching technique, guys. You guys can do that. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got some ideas for Christmas. A lot of easy ones to do it. It won't take, you can mass produce these if you have a bunch of, you know, little flatbacks and stuff. No problem with that. Then this is a simple one. They're all quite simple. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you can give me a like, subscribe, please leave a comment. That helps. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.